Princeton Hornets, and 2 heat races in WISSOTA Modified. So we're set to go. It's Shane Sobraski, Jared Zimpel, and we go green. First out of 2 heat races tonight, 8 laps they are in distance. 7A Sobraski wastes no time from the pole, moving out front of this one in 7A. On the tail, a couple car lengths behind. 78K is next in Cook, and then comes Dave Moss. They started inside row number 1, 2, and 3. They're running now 1, 2, 3. The outside row didn't quite what it have up on the cushion of the racetrack. It's Simple in 27, 23, Robidoux, and the 1 of Josh Anderson in that order. Meanwhile, Sobraski in 7A starts to show the way in 7A out of turn number 4 as he wheels it on by the flag stand. He's got Dexton Cook by about 6 car lengths at least in 78K. Trying to close that gap, it's the 2 car of Dave Moss. He's in 3rd. Flags getting ready to cross right now. You see those yellow and green flags? That means we're halfway. We've got 4 down and 4 yet to go. Sobraski out front, about 7 car lengths between him and Dexton Cook. In the 78K car, they're running second. The 2 car of Dave Moss in that 3rd spot. 27, Jared Zimpel, and the 23 of Kyle Robidoux. Robidoux with Anderson in tow in the number 1 car in that 6th spot, trying to make his way up another spot. The flying green is out. We've got 2 more to go. 2 laps remaining in our first heat race tonight for the Super Stocks of WISSOTA. It's 7A Sobraski all the way from the pole. Going to take it in for the white flag. He's got 1 more time to go. Sobraski on the final circuit. Dexton Cook, 78K. He's got Dave Moss towing behind him about 3 car lengths. Checkered flag ready to fly. Sobraski in 7A. 78K Dexton Cook finishes in that runner-up spot. The number 2 of Dave Moss in 3rd. And Jared Zimpel, the 27 car. Mod Series will be in action next Friday night, August the 1st. You're going to want to be here as we get ready for green. It's Gullickson and Loomis. The green flag flies. We're turning them loose. Gullickson 00X wasting no time. Your pole sitter to the end of lap number 1. Loomis 17. He's got his hands full of Matthew Dibb right on the inside, side by side to go past the flag stand. Dibb running 3rd. 19 is Dennis Zek, and 24W of Chris Wark trying to make a move in turn number 3. They're side by side out of 4, and your leader continues to stretch things out. It's Gullickson turning the fast lap of the night in the 00X car. 62.2 miles per hour for Gullickson on that last lap. 00X, your leader out front, about 6 car lengths separates him and the 17 machine of Michael Loomis. Loomis with 22, Matthew Dibb hot on the tail. 19 is Dennis Zek, and 24 of Chris Wark at the halfway markers. You saw him cross yellow and green, folks. It is all your pole sitter, Dan Gullickson. Gullickson on a tear tonight in Heat 2 for the Super Stocks of WISSOTA. He's got a full straightaway advantage over Loomis in 17, 22 Dibb about 4 car lengths behind. 24W Wark giving it all he's got out of the final corner. Gets ahead of Dennis Zek in 19 as the green flag flies. 2 more times to go. That makes a half a mile here at the fastest quarter mile on dirt. White flag out. 00X Gullickson in that lead spot. He's been there since the beginning of time in heat number 2. Gullickson rounding turn number 4 one final time. Checkers up. He'll take the win in 00X. 17 Loomis does finish runner-up. 22.
Now and coming up right after this event. Caution lights are off. The first row. Who's it going to be to the line? It's simple. It's Dibb in the first row. Now let's see what happens. Just about 3 wide. Good race so far here on the backstretch. And at the line, will it be Matthew Dibb? It will. Matthew Dibb leads our first lap here tonight. Shane Zabrowski, the 7A. He is not wasting any time, though. Mike Lewis gets a little bit high in the number 17 car. That costs him a spot or two. The 00 just about crossing up on our front straightaway. Gets it straightened back out again. So everybody so far, Dan Gullickson included, looking good. Our lead car, still Matthew Dibb in the number 22. Shane Zabrowski in the number 7A. He is in second place, right up on the quarter panel of the Dibb car. It's Zabrowski on the inside, out of 4. And at the line, it's still Matthew Dibb. Matthew Dibb is not backing off on this one at all. Side by side racing. It's Zabrowski on the inside, Dibb on the outside, 1 and 2. Dave Moss, the number 2 car. He's in third place out of the fourth corner. In fourth place, it is the 78X car. And again, that car driven by Nexon Cook out of Rice. There's your top 4 cars. In fifth place, it is the 00, Dan Gullickson. There's your top 5 cars. Our leader right now, it is Shane Zabrowski. He was able to get around Matthew Dibb. And Dave Moss also in hot pursuit, as Boss Hogg used to say. Who's the fastest? Dave Moss. Dave Moss, the fastest car, lap by lap, but currently in third place. But if he's the fastest car, he should soon be able to move his way up around the number 22. We'll see what happens. Matthew Dibb. And we got a car, the 78 2013 here in the Superstock class, the 00. And that, of course, is Dan Gullickson. We come back to the line. The green flag is back out again. It's Zabrowski and Moss. Moss moves now up into that second position. The 22 car, he is back in third. That again is Matthew Dibb out of Cambridge. And in fourth place right now, it is Dan Gullickson in the 00. Dan's out of Stacy, Minnesota. A little bit of a drive to get here on Friday nights. Caution light coming back. Dave Moss was the fastest car on the track, even though he was in second and third place. Out of 4, we come back to Mr. Brian Riedemann and the green flag, and we are back in under green. Shane Zabrowski down on the inside. Dave Moss now has gotten up around Matthew Dibb, and he's moved the number 2 into the second position. He starts nosing the front end of the number 2 down the corners, down on the inside, trying to see if he can, little by little, catch up with the inside, driver's side, inside of the 7A of Shane Zabrowski. Shane gets up in the lead. What are we doing for times here? Whoa, something happening here. He's doing very well. On the restart, again, Shane Zabrowski. Dave Moss chose the outside. We go back to green. We'll try it one more time. So we have Moss, the Moss man, the number 2, in second place. Dan Gullickson, the 00, in third. And you got it right, folks. Who's in fourth place right now? The number 24, Chris Work out of Zimmerman. He started way in the back of the pack. He was 10th place, 5 rows on the outside. And look at that man. He is up into fourth place right now. Give him all the credit in the world tonight for moving the number 24 up through traffic. Well, we still are on the green, but working our way finally down through this feature event for the Superstocks. It's out of 4. And Shane Zabrowski still leading this one. Dave Moss in second place. Chris Wark in third. That's right, he picked off the 00, Dan Gullickson. Mr. Wark did. He's now up in that third position. Gullickson back in fourth. And Mike Loomis, the number 17, in that fifth position. In sixth place, that is the number 1 car. And that is Josh Anderson out of New Brighton. Lead cars, it's still the same. It's Zabrowski, it's Moss, it's Wark, and Gullickson, the top 4. Coming up right after this, again, our feature 4, the Mod 4. Right. Can he do it? Can he hold on? Depends upon which person we're talking about. The 7A, Shane Zabrowski. He's been holding on to a lead. Dave Moss has been trying to reel him in. But the advantage lap-wise that Moss had here 8 laps ago, he doesn't seem to quite have anymore. And he's not able to reel in the back of the Shane Zabrowski car at this point. All it would take is a bobble on Zabrowski's part, and Moss would be right there. I will guarantee you that. Back in third place is still the number 24, Chris Ward. In fourth place, the 00, Dan Gullickson. And in fifth place, Josh Anderson in the number 1 car. All right, we are slowly working our way down through this one. Brian Breedham on the flagman here at the Princeton Speedway, giving his attention to what's going out trackside. And very, very, very soon, they're going to be bringing out the car. Here we go. We're going right to that checkered. It's down to 7A with the win. Couple more cars for the checkered folks. And there you have it. Super stock feature event, taking it, well, I won't say all the way, but the 7A, Shane Zabrowski started second row back on the outside, and at the line, it was Shane's night. Shane's car sponsored by Express ATM Services and West Metro Buick GMC. Back in second place at the line, it was the number 2 car. That's Dave Moss out of East Bethel. Dave started 4 rows back on the outside, so Moss definitely on the move here tonight, but not quite able to reel in the back of the number 7. He's out of the car, trophy in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Shane Zabrowski.